These are 6 British beach towns where you can buy a home for a fraction of what you'd pay in the average coastal hotspot. And some of them are about to change dramatically. The average seaside property in Britain now costs nearly £300,000. Every single town on this list comes in at well under half that price, and one of them will cost you barely a third. Since the pandemic, demand for coastal properties has surged by 115%. People want out of the cities. They crave sea air, open space, a slower pace. Most of them assume they can't afford it though. They look at the sandbanks and the Whitstables and the Salcombs and they give up. That's a mistake because right now some of the best value property in the entire United Kingdom sits within walking distance of a beach. In several of these towns, billions of pounds of regeneration money is about to reshape everything. Let's start with the most affordable of them all. Hartlepool in County Durham has a median house price of just £106,340. To put that in perspective, the affordability ratio here is 1.61, which means the average home costs less than twice the average local salary. In most of the UK, that ratio sits somewhere between 7 and 10. The cost of living in Hartlepool runs 13% below the national average, and on a housing affordability scale of 1 to 10, the town scores a 9. Now, Hartlepool carries a certain reputation. Most people know the monkey hanger story, that old legend from the Napoleonic Wars when local fishermen supposedly hanged a shipwrecked monkey because they thought it was a French spy. The locals have embraced it though. The football club's mascot is literally called Hangus the Monkey. What people miss about Hartlepool is this. This town has roots stretching back to the 7th century. It's home to HMS Trincomalee, the oldest British warship still afloat anywhere in Europe, sitting inside the National Museum of the Royal Navy. The town is only half an hour from Sunderland and under an hour from Newcastle by public transport. At these prices, the average family can genuinely consider a 3 or 4 bedroom home without stretching their finances to breaking point. The average house price here sits over £30,000 below even the North East regional average. Moving south along the coast, we come to South Shields in Tyne and Wear. The average home here costs £121,730. For a couple earning the local average, that works out to just 1.9 times their combined salary. South Shields is a town that consistently surprises visitors. Think sprawling beaches, hidden coves, rolling dunes, and magnesium limestone cliffs. There's a stretch called the Leas, a conservation area and coastal walk overlooking the North Sea that locals fiercely guard as their favourite spot. The infrastructure here is genuinely strong. South Shields is 40 minutes from Newcastle by public transport, which means you get proper beaches and affordable housing while staying within commuting distance of a major city with nightlife, employment and culture. Crossing over into Wales, Preston comes in as the most affordable coastal town in the country. The average house price as of May 2025 sits at £135,400. Terraced homes within walking distance of the beach are regularly listed for under £120,000. The town benefits from healthy rental demand thanks to nearby holiday parks and regional tourism employment. It's a quieter pick on this list, but for anyone specifically looking at Wales, the numbers here are hard to argue with. Now we get to Blackpool, and this is where the story gets really interesting. The average home costs £147,449, which is just under 7 times the average yearly salary, making it the most affordable seaside town for property purchases in the entire UK. By that measure, rent averages £704 a month. Everyone knows Blackpool, the Tower, the Pleasure Beach, the illuminations. What most people don't know is the sheer scale of investment pouring into this town right now. We're talking about a £2 billion regeneration programme. The Blackpool Central development alone represents £300 million, the single largest investment the town has seen in over a century. It's planned to create 1,000 new jobs, bring in an extra 600,000 visitors per year, and boost annual spending by £75 million. On top of that, the government confirmed £90 million of funding in March 2024, specifically to demolish up to 400 poor quality properties and replace them with 230 new energy-efficient homes. The £350 million Talbot Gateway project is bringing over 8,000 professional workers and students into the area. A new Holiday Inn, a tramway extension, the Showtown Museum, and a cinema complex all opened in 2024. And there's something else brewing. A planning application for a 6-megawatt data centre is being prepared under a program called Silicon Sands. The ambition is to position Blackpool at the forefront of sustainable digital infrastructure. If even half of these projects deliver on their promises, the Blackpool of 2030 will be almost unrecognisable. Just up the coast, Morham offers a similar story of transformation. The average house price is £194,295, with rent averaging £821 a month. This Lancashire seaside town has panoramic views across the bay and some of the most characterful architecture on England's west coast. The headline here is the Eden Project. Yes, that Eden Project. £100 million is being invested to bring a northern outpost of Cornwall's famous ecological attraction to Morecambe's seafront. Ground investigation work began in September 2025, planning approval came through in October, and Vinci Building has been appointed as the main contractor. The first phase, 1.5 acres of landscape gardens, is scheduled to open in early 2027, with the full project launching in 2028. The scheme is expected to create over 1,300 jobs directly and in the wider economy. Vinci's construction programme alone is projected to deliver £80 million in local economic benefit. This could fundamentally reshape Morecambe's identity and economy. Finally, we arrive at Filey, and if you're the type of person who prioritises the beach itself above all else, this is your town. The average property price is £213,669, the highest on this list but still well below the national coastal average. In August 2025, Filey Beach hit #1 on TripAdvisor based on reviews from over 2,600 visitors, earning a 4.7 out of 5 rating. This is a blue flag beach, recognised for its cleanliness, safety and water quality. TripAdvisor has ranked it alongside the likes of Bondi Beach in Sydney. The Sunday Times previously named it the best beach in Britain. Just a 5-minute drive away in the village of Hunmanby, a small distillery produces Filey Bay, Yorkshire's first single malt whisky. The town itself has around 7,000 residents and the kind of quietness that larger coastal towns lost decades ago. Here's the broader picture. Research from the University of Exeter has demonstrated that people living closer to the coast consistently report better health outcomes. For those in lower income households, proximity to the sea is linked to fewer symptoms of mental health disorders. As Dr. Joe Garrett from that study put it, this protective zone could play a useful role in helping to level the playing field between those on high and low income. England's coasts receive 270 million recreational visits every year. The desire to live near the sea isn't going away. With demand up, regeneration money flowing, and prices in these 6 towns still sitting far below the national average, the window of genuine affordability may not stay open forever. 6 towns, all under £215,000, all within reach of a beach. The question isn't whether these places are worth considering, it's how long the prices will stay this low.